Hello there. We're going to open a Pro Tools session today in Pro Tools 8, LE8. This one I'm deliberately set up for my brother Robert so he can learn how to do it without him coming over to my place all the time. So we open up Pro Tools first. Double click on the Pro Tools LE. Let it go through its opening procedure as it is asking for all the plugins. Okay, let's create. We've got a choice there: create session from template, or blank session, or open recent session. Let's create a blank session. We've got to save it to one of your backup disks. So I use backup storage disk. I click on that, then I click on make a new folder in that disk, and I call it my music in Pro Tools will do. That's the name of the folder. Let's give this session a name. Session, actually call it Pro Tools session set up 1. Ta-da! Pro Tools is now open. We have nothing there. We just have basically a blank and empty edit window. And on the left, that's the mix window, and that's the edit window. So what we should do first is make some new tracks. So we make some, say, let's make, now we are working in MIDI, we should make some MIDI tracks. So click there and make on there, put in, say, 4 MIDI tracks. Don't worry about that bit there. Okay, we have 4 MIDI tracks there. Now, what we have to do next is, say MIDI 1, as my brother wants that to be drums, so we double click on that. We call it drums. If we go to the mix window, it should show the same thing on the mix window. What have we got? Okay. So we've got the JV1010 connected up there. If we click channel 10, that's drums. Beauty. Okay. So we have inserted the drums. See, it's your JV1010 should be already connected up, as we have done previous, Rob. The drums always seem to be on channel 10, so select channel 10 as we have done. If we go to this one here, that sounds like piano. Well, piano, we'll make that, say, channel 1. You can hear there's all this reverb, all noise on it. We'll come to that in a minute. Next one, and we label it. So we'll make that one, say, piano. The next one, we'll make that bass. Next one, we'll make that organ. Okay. Now, at this stage, I got my JV1010 coming back out of the JV1010. It's got to come back into this mixer somewhere. So we'll create a audio auxiliary. There it is there, a mono auxiliary. Yours is actually stereo, Rob. So we'll create a stereo one for you. So the JV1010 is going to come back in here, but we've got to route the JV1010 back in to the interface. In my case, it's guitar in. Yours will be auxiliary stereo in, it should say. You can see I've only got mine set up as mono at the moment. Mine's really going to the left side. But there you can see it's working. Now you should also we'll call that all MIDI. all the MIDI is coming back into that channel there. Now let's create a master folder, which is normally stereo, master fader. So everything sort of finishes there. That's the last thing. That controls like everything. Although I didn't know it controlled everything then. Okay. All right. So we have drums, piano, bass, organ, all MIDI, whatever. Okay. So let's create a drum beat first. We need to create a click track. So after all MIDI, we're going to make a new audio track. A new track. Audio mono 1. Yep. And we're going to insert a instrument, which is click. Okay, and we want to use a setting cowbell 1 I find is the best. So if I press play, there it is. I'll turn it down a bit. Okay, I'll stop that. Go back to the edit window, and somewhere in there, say there, if I click there, and go to create a memory locations window. Oh, it's already over there. It's memory locations. So wherever I select in the edit window the location, that's where the location will be. So new memory location, we'll call it intro. There it is, intro. And then we'll put a verse in there too. So I'll put a verse further up the track there. New memory location, verse. So there I put a chorus. Chorus 1. Like that. You keep sort of building. As you go along, you should save the session. So just save. It's saved now. So everything we've done so far has been saved. So we can go to our memory locations by selecting on the memory locations window. It takes us straight to that point. If we also want to have a closer look, we go to the magnifying glass and we can do that. We look at our grid line. I would suggest working 16ths. That's a little bit far away. So I would like to take that right back to the beginning on the left there. And sort of work that. Get a bit of a close up on that. Save that. You can also, if you want to scroll, if you want to zoom in or zoom out, you can use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, it gets bigger and bigger. Or you can use the manual zoom on the left and right here of that area. Let's go back to intro. Click, select intro. We're back there. Let's make the window just a little bit bigger. 3 is good. Okay. So if I press that, I get that. Might make that a little bit smaller. Okay, so we might do a drum beat first. So select on your mix or your edit window. In this case, I'm going to do the mix window, select record. And before I record, I'll just check on the keyboard here. Okay, there we go. So I'll start playing the drum beat. Now I might want to overlap some hi-hats over that, so I've got to go down to here and make sure the overlap, which is down here, is switched on. And that will allow me to do the hi-hat. So let's press record. 3, 4. Okay, so I'll play that back. Oh, don't worry about that. So if it says the buffer size is too small or too big, you go to your setup window to playback engine, and it should, well, I'm not really using that much processing, so I don't even know why it said that. I might even take it to 128. Okay, so if I play this, it sounds out of time, so just select it with the hand from up there, and then either use your right click, go to MIDI operations, go to quantize. In this case, we just want to quantize it, and it's 16th note, so just press apply, and it should sound in time now. That's it. So what we should do now is use that tool up there and drag the region into just right there. Get the hand, drag it back to intro, and then where you want the region to finish the best part you have. Let's try this. That's pretty good. So I'll repeat that by pressing Option R. Let's see what's got up here. Repeats. Repeat. There it is. Option R. Repeat it. I normally do it about 200 times. So I got plenty there. That's how it looks. I'll turn off the record button. Don't need that on. Press intro on the locations. Go back to intro. Okay. We've got a drum beat there. Now I want to make a piano. So press that. And so select that piano sound, and it's got all the reverb on it. Just deal with it for now. We can take the reverb off, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, might want a little bit more intro there. So we'll go back, pull the intro memory location right back to the left. Press record. It's already on record. Go down to the transport bar, record, then play. I've just got it. Here we go. Okay, if you get a buffer size problem, it looks like we're going to have to increase the playback engine. I'll put it back up to 256. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not so sure what's going on there. Sounds like this anyway. Now if I want to quantize that, just select the region, right click, go down to event operations, quantize, and apply. Well, I'm still doing 16 notes at the moment. That's done. Close that window, and now if all that reverb's annoying you, turn the record button off there. What you could do is on the piano track we're working on the left hand side of that region, you've got piano, you've got record, solo, mute, you've got regions, notes, auto read. Well, we're not doing auto read at the moment, but we'll go to regions, and then we'll select, we're going to add a MIDI controller, and the MIDI controller on the JV1010 is 91. So we go down to controllers and add and remove. Well, we're going to add 91, which is between 64 and 101. It's there. Double click on that. It's in there now. It's added. Okay. So now we go back to regions, slide down to controllers and go to 91. And we get a bar on the bottom there. And this will get rid of all the reverb. Have a listen to this. Play. So it's all gone now. If I press the piano now, it will be... Hang on. It's gone. So that line there turns it on. If you have it up there, it'll have tons of reverb. Have a listen. You can hear it. Bring that back down to there. So you can do that on any channel. You can add this. It's normally in the, when you see the regions, scroll down to controllers, add and remove controllers. We know it's 91, and I've already got it in there. You just double click on 91 is now moved into an additional controller. That's for every channel, every MIDI channel you can do that, you know. Okay. Now we're going to do a bass line. So we've already made a bass. We select record. That doesn't sound like bass, so we're going to find a bass sound. So if you go to none, oh, there we go. There's all our sounds there. We're going to be working on the DM group, which stands for General MIDI. So I click bass. Well, fingered bass at the moment will do. So we'll try that out. Record. We've got that record selected on the bass. Press the record button and press play. Well, I didn't like those notes. Let's do it again. Touch that. Delete it. I've gone lower again. I've got a octave selector on my piano. Oh, my controller, MIDI controller. Here we go again. Okay, so I'll play that back. Now, if it's sounding a bit not the sound you want, you just go back to these controllers and change it. You can change it as you're moving along. Also, if you select an area, I'll turn the record button off. Select an area like that, and then go to options. You go to loop playback, so it just keeps repeating it. So you can wrong window. That will keep repeating. Now I can change the sound. That sounds pretty cool. I might even quantize it. Okay, now let's go to organ. Well, it's not organ, but I can change that sound to an organ sound. Where's organ? Oh, I got to change it to general MIDI. Wow, that's not it. There we go. I'll take it up an octave on my keyboard. Okay, so I'll choose that sound for now. Okay, we'll do a loop recording. Maybe. I don't know. Here we go. Well, I don't like that recording. Let's do it again. Do it again. Here we go. Okay. Select the record and press play. Okay. So we put a little organ in there. We can add another MIDI track if you like. So after the organ, I just select the organ, then I add a new track. It's called MIDI. Click that, and I'll label this one. Double click on that. Call it strings. Press record. Well, it's not strings. You've got to select the sound. So go to none, and then short bank will be general MIDI, and then we've got to find strings, which is there. Okay, I selected that sound. Here we go. Okay, now I know what's going on. Let's do it again. Delete that. I'll make sure this. Okay, here we go. Press play. Record. Okay, so we've added strings now. So we've added piano, bass, organ, strings. I'll show you how to do the changes. So this will be part one for now. We go back to this is the edit window. Let's go back to the mix window. Scroll. So scroll means the scroll bar, like that. Scroll horizontal, or if you go like this, it'll be scroll vertical, or just open the window up. Whoops. Open the window up so you can see everything. There we go. So this will be setup 1. Hope you enjoyed it. Part 2 is next.